What's the agenda?
Couple of things.
Okay.
First of all, welcome to That's Racing.
Still 7
one
minutes,
of our,
just so you know.
Yeah, one of our fabulous partners. And
I still can't find it.
Ashraf and Andrew Zeta.
How are you guys?
We've got a couple of things to talk about.
Okay,
But
before we start talking,
yes,
where's this live so I can share it?
give it to me. You illiterate Arab.
I'm not Arab, thank you very much.
So we've got 68 viewers at the moment.
Oh,
I
when we
think
get
the
to
magic
100
number's 100.
When we get to 100, so everyone share it.
Are we not live?
Everyone
at the moment
share,
on the
like,
Street
get it
20?
out
We
there.
are.
We're live.
Pay us
So
money.
on the Street 20 page?
Yes.
Okay.
But we need everyone to share it to get to 100.
What we
okay.
need,
All
what
right,
we need
sure.
is people to pay us gifts. That's what we need.
It's not TikTok.
Well, let's share it, guys. Let's get it out there and let's get to that number.
Because we've got some questions for Mac today.
Some hard questions.
Some hard.
Hey.
Some
I'm here to,
like
I'm here to
hard
ask questions as well, yeah?
Yeah, you can ask after I ask.
Okay.
Until then, I'm asking.
Alright. Well,
So just.
Oh, there's a couple of hard ones coming for you too, Ash.
definitely.
So fuck, you can't delete it.
I won't delete
Your
it.
phone's staying up.
I need my phone to answer the question.
Hey, Ash, nice shirt, man.
You like it?
That's racing.
There you go.
That's racing.
Anyway,
How
So
many
we're
are
around
there?
here.
We're hanging around that 69 now.
yeah,
69.
nearly there. Yeah, so as I was talking, for everyone that can hear at the moment, there's a couple of things that we would like to talk about. What Street 20 is doing behind the scenes, Mayhem, Super Club by Street 20 with the VL and our merch. Also, what this channel is actually going to be about, which is obviously everything around drag racing. So
100%.
whether it's street cars, whether it's pro mods, slicks, radials, anything and everything that's happening
Top
at the track.
wheelers, parts.
Yeah, whatever's going
Anything
fast,
associated
whatever's getting
with
built,
States.
whatever's old records,
Puerto
new records,
Ricos.
Puerto Rico, what's coming?
Puerto Ricans,
Yeah.
Hawaiians maybe. Everyone. We can talk about anything and everything that's got to do with racing. Basically, who's building what?
Yeah.
We know there's a couple of upcoming builds coming up amongst us here.
Oh, there's
Just
some
a
big,
few.
there's some big
Couple of top
just a few.
secret, couple of top secret.
We'll let them know today.
Yeah.
We'll let them know today.
If they don't already know.
What are we up to now?
So at the moment we're at 86.
That's close. We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We need another 14. Come on, guys, like, share,
Any comments?
get it out there. Give us a few comments.
I don't know
We'll
if it's
answer them
that
as best
wide
we
or what
can.
it is, but-
No, the light is hot.
Oh, it is?
Because before the light was aircon,
Okay.
then the lights turned on and it's hot.
I need to get aircon here.
West End, you have to bring like the
So
interrogation.
we're-
I've got my
Portable
the
aircon?
fans. The fans we take to the track. I'll turn them off.
So we're at 88 at the moment. In
That's a
terms
good
of
number. I like that number by 88.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
86.
Like
We had a
that. I
few
don't like
guys. Few guys decided to drop off.
The Wi-Fi was the
What's
colour.
88 done for you, Ash?
It's a special Asian number.
Oh, is it? Isn't
Alright.
it 7?
Group.
No,
Yeah.
it's 88.
Watch this. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna bomb share it. Is what they call it.
What's
bang,
bomb share?
Bang, bang, bang.
Alright, we're at 94.
Bang.
How do we
bang.
just get extra 10?
Yeah, watch this. Ready? It's gonna go to about 200 in about 5 minutes.
Alright, let's go.
Ready?
We're
Okay,
there?
let's go.
We're at 95.
We're almost there.
Do you really want to get there or the 100? There we go. The magic 100.
I'll tell you. Wait.
And you know what's good?
What's good?
What's good?
It's nearly
We've
8
hit
o'clock.
that number, so we might as well.
Well, what's good?
No,
bro?
let 'em
Tell us
wait.
what's good.
Well, it's
Ashraf.
102 now and we're at 757.
Alright,
So we're
can
3
you-
minutes early.
Can
Do
you
we
hurry
just...
up and
I'm sharing it. 1 second.
let's go, let's go.
2 seconds.
Alright, well,
guys.
to those of you that have tuned in, obviously we'd like to say thank you for supporting us and getting behind us and getting a better understanding of what Street 20 is all about. I think for the most part, as a group, the idea of today is just to be able to tell our viewers and tell the people that want to support us a little bit about what we've got planned for 2024. There's a lot on the line, there's a lot to discuss, and I think it's pretty exciting for us, and we're quite happy to share it with you. So Rami, if you want to take on the honours and explain to our viewers.
Sure. So the good thing is, Mayhem 3 is definitely happening. Coming off is June, the first week of June, I think. June.
So we've got the private test day on the 29th and
Yeah.
the track hire on the 1st. Sorry, the track hire is on the 29th and the event itself is on the
Saturday.
1st.
Yeah.
On the Saturday.
So 30th and the 1st of June.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah. So Mayhem 3 is definitely going on. With Mayhem 2, we obviously everyone knows we had a bit of a struggle with the weather. We had to delay it, we had to reschedule it due to it being too hot and then it being too wet. And then obviously the Sunday that we did take on was our last roll of the dice of the year. So we said, you know what, everyone's here. We just wanted to give it a crack for all the races that came from Queensland. So yeah, we thought we'd take it on Sunday, but it rained on us. It is what it is. However, June, we're looking really forward to it because
Tell him the prize money for the category.
All right. Well, the prize money.
Tell him the prize money.
Look, there's over $200,000,
Yes,
and
there's
a lot of it is thanks to our sponsors and Matt
Of
being a
course.
big part of it,
Yep.
obviously, and Azza, NHM. Without
Azza has
As off his
sponsored.
head.
Yeah.
Azza has
NHM.
sponsored
So
$50,000.
I think that is probably the most exciting part. Right?
$50,000
Yes.
on top of the $50,000 we're already giving away.
If the GDR wins
If
Pro
an
Street,
RB,
well, RB,
an
yes.
RB wins
Yes,
Pro
if
Street.
an RB wins Pro Street, he's put 50 grand on the line, and
So-
that is.
And let me tell you, there's a few RBs getting built at Matuk's,
Absolutely.
ready to
Yes.
come out to try win his 100,000.
I know. We've
That's
got McDaddy that just came off the dyno at Summonats, took on the record.
What
What was
mate?
it? 2,500?
Mate,
25,006?
2,500, yeah.
Yeah.
25.04 to be
First
exact.
hit.
Just for the record, that's for only the people that the competitors that went in, right? Not actually, not the outright horsepower.
It's part of it's the health
Just the
tech
competitors,
horsepower
yeah,
heroes
yeah.
at Summonats,
Yeah, of course.
number
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
All right, so getting back on track, I think what we want to discuss today, and step in and correct me if I'm wrong, is we want to give our viewers an idea or a better understanding about the Super Club, our merch, and the VL giveaway.
As
We
well.
want to give our viewers a better understanding of the track days we've got planned for 2024.
Our first track day is going to be in May.
9th and 10th of May, the
9th
first
and
track
10th of May
hires.
is our first track high. Why have we waited that long? Is only because we know that with the humidity and the weather in March and April, it's always sketchy, it's always wet. We always want to race on perfect surface, which is what Sydney Dragway has given us in the last couple of years. They know what we want, what we expect, and they've done an awesome job. But obviously, weather comes to that play as well. So March, April is always wet and it's humid and what have you. April gets a little bit better, but we thought we'll take our first dig on the first week of May. Another reason why as well is because Andrew, what's happening with the boogeyman, bro? You left off last year on a high. You ran your number that you wanted to run. Australia's quickest
Can we tell
radio.
everyone what Andrew actually done?
Well, let's get to it. So
Go tell the viewers how
he
we
got to where he wanted to get to, which was
So
Australia's
the
quickest
idea
radio.
was to be, you've nailed it on the head, mate. To be Australia's fastest radial.
And then
I've achieved that, I've done that.
and then
And now I'm moving on to greener pastures, literally.
greener
Quite
pastures.
literally every sense of the
No
word.
pun intended.
No.
So what have you done? You've stripped it. You've sold it.
So the car's gone to a well-known
Friend?
guy here, friend, you want to call
which
it.
will be revealed on his time.
Yep, when he wants to reveal it.
Absolutely.
Um,
So you've moved on with the Camaro.
Moved on with the Camaro,
Okay.
and I've moved on to a newer model Camaro.
Right. So you've purchased a new car.
What's the plan?
New car,
Yep.
What's the
New engine,
new combination,
running gear, everything.
new running gear.
So new running gear, new combo. You're not going. You're not
Number
going
Pro
pro charger
We're
anymore.
going twin turbo, big
Oh.
tired,
So twin
Now we're
turbo,
talking.
big tire.
Now we're
brand
talking.
new Jerry Bickle
Nice.
chassis.
I like that. I like
So it's a new, it's a Jerry Bickle build. Oh, I know, but yeah. So it's a Jerry Bickle build,
It is.
and you're actually flying tomorrow to go.
Yeah, so we leave tomorrow morning to go
Okay.
to the States. Part of going is to obviously go and have a look at the car and get a seat pour done there now that it's finished. And the other reason why we're going is going to watch the lights out as well as the World Series of Pro Mod. So for all you guys watching today, you might get lucky, you might see a few live feeds.
You
while we're
definitely
over
need to
there.
go live feed, bro. If you're going to go visit Proline,
100%.
Yeah,
visiting
we
Proline.
need to show everyone.
We're
what
going
it
to
is.
Proline, we're going to Fuel Tech, we're going to Mark Mickey, we're going to Jerry Bickle,
Mate,
and
where's the camera? You taking the camera and the mic with you?
camera, mic.
Are you gonna go watch any racing?
Yeah, we're going to Lights Out
Well, then that's
to
it.
watch Ducks
Yeah,
race.
well,
We've
we'll
got VIP tickets
So
there.
you're gonna go live there so we can watch.
If they let you
it.
go live,
Yeah,
you know, have some of them
not
don't
only
like
live,
it.
like you got to try and
Get some, yeah, get
compose
some.
I'll
some
capture the
footage.
moments for you guys, don't
Yeah,
worry.
Do you
absolutely.
reckon we get some sponsors?
Kodak moments are going to be
It's like I was
captured.
looking for, I was looking for
Hey,
the financial gain.
Let them know if they want to sponsor a car. Just give us a call.
All right.
So I think now that we've discussed my new build,
Yeah.
Bickle, Camaro, twin
Wait,
turbo, big
wait.
tyre.
That's not
Hold
it.
on, we haven't finished though.
I want to talk about the colour.
Yeah, well, we know what the colour's
Like
going to be. Then we'll get,
for
we'll
whoever
see it.
hasn't seen this colour,
Everyone's
honestly,
He's
this
lit
thing
up.
is
Well,
going.
what
This
is
has
your
to
goal?
be.
What is your goal with this new car? Considering you done what you wanted to do with the black
Well,
car.
the way it looks like it's going to shine zone.
Lucky we got trophies for that.
It's probably it's gonna
Bring
be
back Auto Salon.
yeah.
Wins Auto Salon?
Bring back one of the
those days.
nicest looking pro mods in the paddock, honestly. Like
It would be.
the colour combination and what you've done with it.
Well, the thing
For
is-
whoever hasn't seen it, jump onto Andrew's page and have a look.
That's right.
Like,
You would have seen a couple of photos pop up
honestly,
here and there.
it's a piece of art.
Well, I'm hoping that our trip now when we go, we'll be able to showcase that a bit more and give a bit more in depth and detail about what the guys do over there and.
And what's your goal with it though? What do you want to do with it?
Well, the goal of the radial car
Is it
was
gonna
to be
be
the
a
fastest in Australia. Well,
Yep.
I can't say that I'd be lying if I told you that I wasn't going to try and be the fastest in the country again
Right.
on a big tyre.
What's the record now?
The record I think is Mauler with a 550,
In Australia.
550 in
The Australian
Australia.
record. Right.
That's the plan.
And the world record is 5-1.
Well, the record,
They just
the
got
world
around.
record's 5-1, and Carl Stevens, if you're watching, he's set the benchmark that high at
What
the
a
moment.
benchmark.
Yeah, it's
It's
amazing. That's ridiculous.
before I even set to go down this path, I thought, you know what, that world record's in reach, and now where he's put it, until we're here and driving and testing and doing the things we need to, it's going to be hard to
That's
figure
the
out.
definition of gapping.
I think it happens like once in everyone's lifetime, where you go from a 530 to a 5-1, like two tenths.
Isn't it crazy? But like a few years ago, you wouldn't have even thought about cars that are about to enter the 4-second mark, and
Of course.
they're knocking on the door.
It was always going to be,
literally.
it was the funny cars and all the big, what do you call it, the top fuelers and all that.
Yeah,
Now, everyone's creeping, even the 2Js, bro. 2Js are even creeping up to the...
100%.
To be honest, before
To
you
the
know
full
it, man,
second.
we're going to be seeing
Absolutely.
these door cars running
All right.
4 seconds.
Yeah.
So your plan, again, is to dominate the Australian record.
Well, that's the plan, yeah.
That's
He's
the plan.
gonna try to do the
Try
world
it.
record.
But we've got a couple of other guys
Yes.
here that are trying
Let's
to do
talk
the
about-
same thing.
So, let's
We're-
get...
we're-
We've Mr. Mac here himself. Some know him as Tourette's, the old school bloke.
I just want to touch on something, right?
Go.
Like, I don't think we've given him the credit in terms of him having that record previously in Boogeyman.
Yeah, that's right.
The
Yes.
crew and what he had with him
Yes.
is not like
Well, basically a
Well,
hillbilly.
we've done a good job.
without actually.
Not that I've done much, but you know what I mean. We had a new
Yeah.
crew,
Look,
which was good.
if you ever need your injectors cleaned, just
Yeah,
give Ash a
just,
call.
come to
he's,
Brennan.
he's really good at that.
Look,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't,
I
we
think
actually,
you touched on an important point. Drag racing's all about having the right crew and the right team.
100%.
I explain to people all the time that without the team or without the crew, you're not going to be able to do what you need to.
Definitely.
So the guys that help me, Paul, Vic, my brother,
Yeah.
Ahmed, Rami on the odd occasions,
Yeah, even
Dion,
if I never done
Jordan,
anything, I'll still-
you guys are instrumental in doing what we do. And I think,
Let's not talk about that.
again, without you, it would not be possible.
Yeah,
Of course.
And
look,
Shout out
it's-
to the crew.
100%.
Shout out to the crew.
And look,
Well done, boys.
Not just that, you also are very hands-on involved with your own car as
Oh
well.
yeah, I know all about it because
You
when
know,
I'm trying to sleep on a Sunday
can
afternoon,
imagine. Yeah.
for those that you don't know, Andrew lives next door. So on a
Rami's
Sunday
my
afternoon,
landlord.
I'm asleep.
They
I'm on my
literally
Sunday
share the
afternoon-
same wall.
Yes, Sunday over having a nap, all I hear is this big, fat, stupid ass, loud promo starting it up, and I'm like swearing that. You know what? I actually miss it though. I miss waking up on a Sunday
I
afternoon
miss
with
it
that
too.
noise.
Soon,
You miss it
soon.
seriously?
It won't be long.
He's gone weak. He's gone weak.
He's going.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be back. He'll be back.
So, I mean, one of the viewers commented, what about the 260 mile an hour rule? And, valid point. I think.
But they are doing dual sanctioning now.
Well, they've got dual
What do you
sanctionings
mean?
at other tracks. Whether that's going to happen here in Sydney, we're yet to find out. But yeah, if it is an ANDRA sanctioned event or an ANDRA is at that track,
We've-
then there's no
we've seen it.
restrictions on mile an
And
hour.
you
So
send it full noise.
the bend, you'll be seeing us a lot
But-
down there quite a lot. So
This might be a
Max got the transporter. Max got the fuel covered. We're going to the bend, boys.
Right, guys, that's me. You're gonna go.
all right.
Matt,
Now-
tell us about your builds.
Yes.
We know you've got a couple in the pipeline.
What are you
What
doing
happened
now?
there? What
Tell
happened
me.
there? It
We
went
had-
from 1 car to now being 5.
Yes.
Honestly, it's.
It started
I
off
don't even
with
know what happened.
All right.
I don't even
Started
know
off
how
with
we
the
got
VL.
here.
Okay.
Well, let's get the history first. Started off back in the day, standard. It was either you went with the VL or you went with a rotor. You went to the VL side, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, back in the day.
Talking
And that's it.
late,
That's what
late
sucked-
90s, yeah.
That's what sucked
Late
you in,
90s.
obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone started somewhere. I started with rotors when I was a kid. Something twitched in my head.
Who did you used to beat back in the day that made you
Yes.
want to get in this?
How'd you go? Go, spill it. Who did you? Who was your?
Who did you beat back in the day that made you G?
Well, yeah.
Say it. It's okay. Is it who I think it is?
Yeah, of course.
Is his name Laurent with Schmatuk? You just what? You used to run. You used to run with Matuk. What?
We had
straight
our,
runs or
it was really like Anthony at the time and a few other cars from Melbourne, the Rajab guys and, and
but was this at the track?
Brescianis.
Was this at the track or was
Yeah,
this?
yeah. Well, in Sydney, it was just really me and him that were really pushing it.
What
hard.
year was this?
Probably like.
Late 90s, early 2000.
Well, I started building Vels in the late 90s.
Who was doing with
I was 5 years old.
Bill Perko.
Perko, okay.
Perko. He's over at Moyts now.
Yeah.
He was working over at Holden at the time, and he used to do some work.
These were like, this is
after
early
work,
days.
in his garage and his dad's workshop.
This is probably even when Anthony didn't even have a shop.
Yeah,
you know, or
and,
probably had his
Bill,
first shop.
Bill built a few fast street cars back in the day.
Yeah,
There was a car called the Omar 11s and
So-
Jet 3 Liter and stuff like that. And then he introduced me to Skip that works over at Moyts.
Yep.
And that's sort of how that relationship developed, and we sort of built cars together.
So it was Veals that started it off.
Yeah.
And then obviously,
And he's still in Veals.
moved around different cars here and there. You had Tourette's, the RX2 that was built by Pac.
Yeah.
And then you went to.
Tell us about that experience. How
How was that?
Because you've spoken to me.
You know I'm biased with rotors, so if you say something nice, you know, you just make me feel nice.
He's always
you
said
can
that
vouch
has
for
been a very
this,
good
and
experience.
pretty
And I
much
can vouch for
and
this
everyone
too,
else
you know,
that the RX2 and that
was
experience
fun.
that I had.
Do you remember when you ran that first 8 when I jumped in the car with you?
Yeah,
That was mad. I still got the video.
That was-
Before
that
Rami
would've
cut
been
him off,
depressing.
I think it was about that. The whole experience. Pat,
It was an awesome experience,
Yes.
and I cannot fault it. And honestly, like I remember at one point at the track, we laid out all the time cards on the bonnet, and I think we had like 70 something runs in that
On
car
the same motor.
with the same motor without hardly.
The good thing with
anything.
rotors, look, the good thing is they're probably not as fast as everything else, like at this stage, you know, but build them right, they do laps.
100%.
You know, build them right, they do laps.
100%.
That's the truth.
But look, my heart's always been in the RBs.
Yeah, of course.
From
How many
day one.
RBs are you building?
so, okay,
Alright,
so
so
we've
when-
spoken about the VL.
Now we went back to, you spoke about that VL, then you
What's
went back
next?
to,
Like, I know.
we go back to Mach
I
34.
don't know if you know, he's actually currently building 2 R34 JDRs.
Yes, we know that.
We
So,
know that, but not everyone
They
has one.
don't
so-
know
They
that.
don't know that. They know Mach as Mach 34, the purple 34.
Which is coming back out.
which is coming back out,
Better than before.
had an unfortunate mishap, so that's coming back out real soon. In that time, you built Mac Daddy
Yeah.
within a matter of what, weeks, months, 2 months, if
yeah.
that.
A few months.
As mentioned
it
before.
was 6 weeks.
Yeah, as mentioned
Pretty much.
The
before.
camera showed us for 6 weeks.
Yes, 6 weeks. Well, as mentioned before, it cracked the highest horsepower for a contender at Summer Nuts. So it already won an award that hasn't been raced yet, which is fantastic.
Correct.
So that's coming out to dominate the VL scene, obviously.
Look, hopefully that was the plan in
That's the
building that
plan.
car.
That's the intention.
Yeah, that was the
He
intention.
wants to
So
be
we
the
got- so
fastest VL.
So Mac's got the VL. Then we got the other R34 coming out, Mach 34,
Yeah.
and then
And then we've got another 34
another 34.
that's getting built.
Yeah.
That's actually my brother's car and
Yep. Have we got a name for it yet?
a very good friend's car together. They're building it.
Have we got a name for it yet?
I'm not sure. They were
Is it
tossing
under the
actually-
Mac?
Though I think it is going to be under the Mac
Okay.
The Mac
umbrella.
car.
And that's going to be a quarter mile car, roll racing car.
It's going to be a roll racing car and a quarter mile car. So the intention is it's
to
going
do
to be
both.
manual.
Yeah, okay.
So
to do both.
obviously
Well,
Mac
that's the
34
versatility of a manual. You
was
can
an
do
auto
that.
car.
Yeah.
This will be a manual car
Nice.
to go roll racing
Sequential,
with
obviously.
and chase that manual record.
Cool.
Which I don't know. I was reading yesterday on the post that I think War GDR's going auto.
It's gone auto. Anthony has gone
Maybe
auto, which is.
I think Anthony Sars just jacked it
Anthony, if
up.
you're here, you're watching.
Anthony, if
you
you're
need to
listening, keep it manual.
Keep it
Anthony,
manual.
Keep the auto away from him. That
you
car
guys better
is meant to
keep
be
that
manual.
thing manual. Yeah, like
The way he drives that car,
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
makes you want to build a manual
Just that, it's an
34.
iconic car. So
Yeah.
100%.
It's-
Look,
it's
all
massive in
GDR
that.
should stay sequential
100%.
and manual. 100%.
100%.
Not
I
all
totally
should go
agree.
near it. There's other cars that can get auto, it has to stay manual. But
All
you
right,
can
so
go
VL,
Two
Mac
34s.
34, the manual 34, which
All
is a predominantly roll racing car.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just forgot the single
And then-
cam
and then-
VL is still getting built.
Which one?
The one he's originally got.
Oh, what's
The
his
old
name?
G8.
the car,
The old
that,
G8.
the car that won Mayhem.
The one that
Yes,
went,
yes. So they're that as well.
We
still
refer
going?
to
What
that
do you call that as?
the
What-
junkie car.
the junkie
That's
car.
The junkie car.
The junkie car. But you know what's funny? It's probably the only one that does the laps.
It's
It does last consistent 7.0
Yeah,
cars.
all right. So you got that
Cast,
VL.
cast everything.
Right.
And
so,
then tell us now
so
what's
now
happening.
the big
You've stepped
day.
it up.
Go.
You've stepped it up.
Let the viewers know what's happening
Look,
with the,
it's no secret. Everyone knows.
Not
Obviously.
yet, but let's go. Let's hear it.
Yeah, we're getting a car, a Pro Mod built with PMS.
Nice.
PMS. If no one
The world
knows
renowned
about Puerto Ricans that built the famous Natty car.
Yep,
That's
So they've got
obviously-
the record for the fastest import
They got the
in the world.
fastest, correct? Yeah,
That's
Natty
right,
is the
just ran
And
fastest.
let me
CJ
ask you
car.
something.
Yeah.
Are you going for that same record
Of course, definitely.
So
Yeah,
here in Australia?
correct. Yeah.
well, that's
Well,
awesome.
the intention is to eventually bring the car to Australia, but originally we are going to
build it over there,
build it over there. We're going to fly over there,
race it over there.
dial it in.
Yep.
We're going to
And
try
that's-
and aim to be at import versus domestic, Maryland's.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's
How
what in
far away is
September,
that?
October or something.
That's like October 30th, around then.
Fuck, that doesn't give much time, eh?
No, but
Alright.
look, these guys.
Yeah, man.
But hold on,
Harry,
is
get your
it
finger out,
staying?
mate.
Is it staying? Is that going to be RB as well?
Correct. Yeah.
So that's going to be RB. So obviously Anthony's going to be
Busy.
sending
Very
very busy. But he's going to be sending the running gear up there, correct? So
Yeah.
the engine will be built here, not there.
The plan is to send
Send
whatever
the
we
parts.
need from here up there.
Right.
We've already actually started that
So it'll be
process.
all right. So it'll be an Aussie built motor, obviously. So all the running gear will be from here, sent over there. They're going to put it together. Obviously, they're going to mount it all the way they want to mount it all. Yeah.
Well, no. Yes or no.
Okay.
They're going to mount it.
Right.
We're
They're
gonna
going to mount
discuss
it to what Anthony requests.
So
Correct.
okay, sorry. So
Yeah.
obviously there's an affiliation with Anthony Matu,
Yeah.
right, and PMS.
Correct.
Fantastic, and he's going to be tuning.
So we're going to fly over there. We're going to,
Yes.
do
Dial it in
the
over there.
final touches, dyno it over there.
Of course.
Dial it in at the
Well,
Puerto Rican track.
What airbrushing? What kind of car you going?
I don't know yet. I don't know. Like
What color you going? You got another color.
What name is it?
Big
I don't
man.
know. There's some things
There's
I
too
feel
many
like we
questions
should be
there,
leaving as a bit of a.
It's going purple.
Yeah,
it's
If you feel like there's things you
There's
got
some
to be
things that
there.
I think we should just unveil
Some-
at a
some-
time.
some
Otherwise, we're just
things-
going to
some
give it
things
all away.
that-
And it's just not going to be that exciting.
I agree.
you know?
Some things are
Calm
best
down,
left
bro.
unsaid.
Alright.
So for the
Leave
moment,
the colour for
Andrew's green could not be hidden.
No, of course.
We have
Is
to-
it? Hold on. Right, touching back on that point, is it staying? Or do we have to come up with a new name?
no, at this stage it's Boogeyman. I mean, look, I've always believed that until I see the car, I feel it, I sort of get that connection with it, I'll be able to get a better understanding of whether I'm going to stick with that name. But at this stage, yes.
It is.
Boogeyman, it is.
Yeah, wow.
Very, wow.
Alright.
Like your marriage, mate. Same thing. Along those same principles.
Right. So
Look at
new
this,
pro mod,
Yep.
PMS built, Matix Racing running gear, and
Yep.
obviously affiliated with as well how the car's going to get set up. It's going to be exciting
Correct.
to get
gonna be
a
really
world class, a real world
good.
class car to come back to Australia as well. Obviously, you're going to dial them in over there.
Yeah.
That's awesome news, bro. And
100%. And look, it's going to be exciting to actually go over there and race there and
of course,
and see how
it's
they
a whole
do
different scene.
things
It's a
and,
massive scene
you
there.
know,
it's
you know,
a big
yeah.
difference.
race in events
And I
like
think the other thing that I think we should, as Australians, be very proud of is you've got a lot of Australian products on the car. You know, Haltech,
PRP.
Turbo Smart, PRP.
Yeah.
These are all guys that, you know, were founded
Fuller.
here in Australia and they're instrumental
Of course. Yeah,
in
that's right.
delivering these.
Every part of the car is, like you said, it's an instrumental part of
100%.
making the car
And-
work. You can't have one thing that's shit on the car. You know, it has everything has to work. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you put a hand in it, well done. I mean, you know, you're gonna get.
and you know, like it's crazy because they don't know much about the RB world.
That's right.
over
It's all
there.
fresh. I was gonna
They
mention
don't-
that
They had no
I was
idea
gonna-
what it's about. When I told him I'm putting an RB in it, he was like,
Yes, that was the
Why?
next thing I was gonna say.
"Why?"
There was really only one team that was running RB up in
That's
America
right.
and Puerto Rico, which is the late what's his name?
Lascano Racing.
Lascano
God rest his
Racing.
soul,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So, you know, it's quite sad with his passing, but he was,
Oh.
he was pushing the RB against the 2Js, and he was actually getting pretty far.
Yeah, he was.
You know, he was pushing it like he was
Yeah.
pushing the elevator to get close
Yeah.
to the 2Js because fuck, the 2Js are dominating, bro. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
550 is
impressive.
Very,
554.
very far away from the rotaries.
Yeah.
The rotary scene? Listen, bro, leave the rotary scene alone. The rotaries are this big and the 2J is that big. So, us getting to where we're at, I'm actually happy.
100%.
Considering the size of the rotor. So, don't.
Oh, look, I've always said
There's
the
Honda's what's
cubic,
five.
the cubic inch of a rotary motor and the power that they produce is
That's it. So, don't
on
get it, mate.
another
Alright?
level. Like,
You little bias, are they
I
good?
compare
Shut up.
though, really.
It's literally a waste of time building a rotary.
No, it's not.
To go fast.
They're
Stop
fun.
Oh,
Anyway,
it's
doesn't matter. They'll get there, bro. Everything will get there.
Yeah.
That's it. As long as everyone's pushing, whether you're in Puerto Rico, whether you're in America, whether you're in Australia, the rotors will get there one day.
Cool.
It's not how you get there. It's what's that saying? It's not how fast you get there. It's I don't know, bro. I'll go on Google Quotes. I'll come up with the inspirational quote.
I was
for the
trying to
rotors.
make something up there on the fly, but I couldn't.
All right,
Very
done.
good
All right. So we know what Mac's doing with his 50,000 RB different avenues. He wants to attack the whole catalog. We know what
What
Zay's
made you?
doing.
What made you want to do one of everything?
Why not?
never know. Like I
Yeah,
said,
but because
we just-
about 6 months ago, he was just focusing on one.
He was
car.
happy with 1R34.
Yeah,
What happened?
focusing on one car.
I know. I got the question. I got the answer for that. That's racing, bro. Once you get into it, it just sucks you like that.
Yeah,
like you're sucking out squid.
yeah.
What do you call it when you go to the fish and the?
I think
squiddy, you know, when you go squiddy, whatever the fuck it's called.
the competition and the rivalry needed more competition
Yes.
in Australia,
Oh, so
especially.
you decided to build one for every category.
There's a lot of
Oh.
competition, particularly in that
Yeah.
import scene now. You know, like George has got his cars coming. You got Rob Marjan. You got yourself.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, there's Afif in his car. A few of the
That's
gas
right.
cars. Frank
and everyone's
in his
pushing
car.
that bar, like, you know,
Everyone's coming up.
really-
Everyone's pushing it.
really
Everyone's
going, so-
everyone's raising the bar, which is good because it's creating a lot of
We need
good
it. We
competition.
need
So I really think that, you know, be it like this time next year, Factory Extreme at Jamboree is going to be like on
Killer.
another
It's
level,
gonna be
man.
killer.
It's going to be unreal.
Yes.
It'll be
yeah, of
absolutely
course.
nuts.
That's going to be exciting too.
Yeah.
Not just
24
that.
months ago, there wasn't even
There
a
wasn't,
quarter
no.
of the pro mods
Yeah.
that are going to be in the paddock by the end of this
Yeah.
year.
That's
So
right. That's right.
it's absolutely
That's right.
insane to see where we're at. You know.
In saying that, on that note, as well, is with Mayhem, is we're gonna, you know, our class that's pro mod versus
Door slammer.
door slammer, which is what what we're pushing for. We had a couple of
We need that.
we had a couple of good entries prior to the rain. Obviously,
Yeah, we had a lot of guys pull out. You know,
we had
and I
100.
think
What did we have? 110, 115,
108.
there was 100. Yeah,
108
about
entries
108.
before we had to reschedule, which is
Yeah.
pretty solid for a second event.
Nah,
You
it was
know,
crazy. And if you think about it, the one that did go ahead, even though we pushed through the rain,
Mm.
we still ended up running to almost midnight, right?
yeah, we did.
So imagine if we still had all them entrants.
If we did, yeah, it would have been like the
What
first
I-
one. The first one we had 80. We had 85 entrants on the first one.
Want to go to
We
like 1, 2 in the morning?
No, we finished at like 2:30.
There you go.
Anyway, like there's been a lot of talks recently about, you know, getting behind the promoters and help promote the events. Obviously, we can't run these events if we don't have the numbers.
That's right.
And unfortunately, a lot of events, well, not a lot, but some events have had to pull the pin because of low numbers. And I think it just signifies the importance of getting behind and entering these events and turning up on the day, because ultimately, to get people in the seats,
Needs to be
you're going to
exciting.
need the cars there. And
That's
the
right.
only way you're going to get cars there if it's exciting, and I think we've stepped it up a notch at Mayhem by being able to offer these awesome prize money. And again, thanks to Mac and thanks to NHM,
And all the
we've
others.
been able to, and all the other sponsors,
Absolutely.
we've been able to step it up a notch further, you know. So
Imagine winning
$100,000. 100 grand.
100 grand.
in
On one run.
Pro
Street.
Street, man.
Last, bro,
Imagine
Mayhem 2 had over, 40 in Pro Street.
Yeah, there was 30.
That's amazing.
30
That's
something entrances.
mad. Like, imagine.
Massive.
For me, I think that's where the Mayhem sort of battles are really
The
focused
street
on
cars.
the street cars,
Yes,
you know.
Of course.
And I
It's,
think this
my
year's
avenue.
this
always been a great car.
this year's going to
Call it
be
great car. It's a famous like.
Yeah,
this year's going to be just as awesome.
absolutely.
So we've spoken about me, we've spoken about Mac. People
No,
have
no,
asked about your pro mod, but we'll just tell him he doesn't have a pro mod. He's
I
got
have a pro mod. I'm not
he
interested.
won't move from
I
the
respect
street
them,
cars.
but like, I'm just in that streetcar lane. You know that lane, you know the lane on the left.
You
on
are
the,
not
on
in
the
a
thing?
straight cut lane. This is the problem.
I
am a
think,
street car.
honestly, I think the most interesting thing here is talking about Ash and
Yes.
what Ash has recently
why-
done.
Well,
as well.
we've already established the Ash and M show.
Wait,
just so everyone
Ash and
knows,
M show, yeah.
my trademark.
So
I'll
how
come up
about
with that.
How about this, right? Why don't we find out what have you done?
What are you doing?
Well,
First of all,
What are you doing?
I was driving from the get-go.
I saw a lot of things.
So,
I saw a lot of things online. Sorry to cut you off. Where he'd be trying to sell his GDR to fund a promo.
yeah, I've seen pro mod
Like I seen
messages
promos
here
words
and
coming
there
out
on
of your
Facebook.
mouth. I never thought that this day would
Yeah,
come.
and I've heard
you know?
race car. The word race car has been
Yeah.
floating around on these comments.
Over the last couple
Around
of months,
with John Rica and
they're
here and
talking
there
about
and
pro
I don't
mod.
know.
It wouldn't have been
So what are you
mad to have
doing?
a Pro mod.
all right.
Go.
So, as of last week,
Yes.
my mate Mac introduced us to PMS.
Yes.
Don't know how it happened, but
Yeah.
we have now bought a promo.
Wow.
I don't know what's the car.
This is news to me. You bought a pro mod?
Yeah.
This freaking melon head penguin's gonna drive a pro mod?
My last
Yeah,
one.
it's stuck on
So that's Anthony's fault. He's
Yeah.
watching, by the way.
The 80,
Anthony's made me go 8-0 for about 6 months straight.
Thanks, Anthony.
Appreciate it, bro.
It's the best thing.
And then, so now I thought about why not try skip the 7s and the 6s
And just go straight
and
fives.
just go to 5s.
Nice. Okay, so you're building a pro mod. You're
Yeah.
building a pro mod, and you're building a pro mod,
Correct.
and I'm just the sad cunt with a fucking street car.
Great car.
How you do, man? All right,
I thought you knew,
so all right, so you're building. So what's your plan? Are you going RB as well?
Look, initially the plan was RB.
Right.
hanging out with Andrew,
Look at the camera.
hanging out with Andrew
Yes.
has convinced my brain to
Put 2 cylinders extra in it.
put a V8 with 2 turbos,
Okay.
a bit of a 5,000 horsepower setup.
5,000. Do they have 5,000 horsepower?
Over 5,000, the twin turbos, yeah.
So that ideally now that's the plan.
Okay, nice. So you're going to go into the Pro Mod V8 turbo.
All right.
Because I thought about it. If I got 5,000
Slick car,
horsepower,
obviously.
I just had a brain freeze. Just who's going to crew with you?
Yes.
Have you got crew?
Oh,
I'll figure that out.
All right, guys. Applications are open right now.
No, what?
Ashraf,
Wait, tell them what you said.
DM Ashraf.
we have an agreement. If I go V8, I get to use Andrew's truck, Andrew's crew, and Andrew himself.
That was not the deal.
That was the deal.
What was the deal?
No.
What was the deal?
I can't.
I do recall something about.
Listen,
truck.
you don't have to
Yeah.
mention numbers.
He's got to pay half.
I do.
He's got to pay half.
Which is fine. There's no problem. He
We can work
wants
that out.
30 grand for the truck. There's no worries.
30 grand.
For my spot.
30.
I'll share it with you. So Andrew said, I'll do the maintenance because he's good at maintaining his car. He goes, I'll do the maintenance, I'll do the servicing, I'll crew. Plus got the boys. We're good to go. Even Anthony Matuk, he wants to tune it.
Anthony, are you going to tune this guy's V8?
He's probably
Tell
gonna
us
make-
right now.
I
He's
reckon
watching.
Anthony-
He's commenting. I can
I
see it.
I
Anthony
guarantee-
right now
If
is
Anthony's
saying,
going to tune his car.
you fucking wish you're getting a V8.
No.
Yeah,
Anthony
he's
will
going to tune
it.
it.
He's going to make power.
He's gonna make me go.
He's
Alright,
going to
let's
make
see
him.
what-
He's
let's
going to
see-
give him 1,200 horsepower.
Anth, can you please comment and tell us if you will be tuning Ashraf's V8 Pro Mod?
He said he would.
He's dreaming. What are you doing?
I told
Alright, I guess what?
Are you just saying that because of the 205 people online and you don't want to sabotage your RB business, or are you genuinely not going to tune his car, mate?
No, me and him had a discussion, and Murad was there.
Anthony, you need to come down,
He
mate.
said-
You need to get in your car
He said-
and drive here right now.
I'll
You know what?
tune
Call him up
its
to
mum.
come down. Hey,
He's watching. He's commenting.
you know where the Gambino residents are? Come down. I'll
No, please
I'll
don't.
hold him. Why? I was just going to say,
No,
I'll hold
no,
him
no,
hostage. You can take a free shot at him.
No.
Anyway. All right.
So he already said he will go 8-0. This is the problem. I'm going to have 5,500 horsepower. It's still going to go at 8-0.
You'll be the fastest 8.0 car because it'll probably do 8.0 at like, I don't know, 300
You know
miles an hour
what?
200 something.
At least you'll be able to get your heads on time.
That's a thing, eh? With the RBs in their heads. That's like a full unicorn part, eh?
The idea is the Pro Line twin turbos.
Proline.
But when it gets
Wow.
here,
So you're going to go.
Wow.
Hold on a sec, hold on.
I'll tell you what, mate. Just we'll hook it up now when I'm there this
well,
week.
that's why you're going there.
So why don't you go with him and do what he's doing?
What? I offered
Getting
you to
his
come.
seat. What are you doing there? Like, we know you're going up there, but what's your actual reason why you're going there?
Yeah, like what's
So
the
originally-
schedule? What's the schedule?
So the schedule was originally to go there and have a look at my car, which is just about finished, and to just go meet a couple of the guys that I've worked with over the last few years.
So run us through it. What's your first stop?
First stop, we get to LAX.
Yeah.
From LAX, we fly over to St. Louis. The day we land at St. Louis, I've organised to go and meet with Mark Mickey, go out for dinner with him, and hopefully get
Mark?
him on.
Who's
Who's
Mark
Mark
for
Mickey?
the guys
Explain to
that
people.
don't know?
So Mark Mickey runs M&M Transmissions. M&M Transmissions is probably, the most renowned gearbox guy in America, if not the world. He
I'll
supplies
ask him if he wants
a
to
lot of the
sponsor
fastest
a new
cars.
Pro Mod.
He supplies a lot of the fastest cars. In fact,
You get-
the
you
fastest
get a
cars in the world are
I
running
think
his
if it was
gearboxes,
You know,
and,
it's going to be
I
expensive.
think some are running his converters.
Yeah.
So
Push the
I
cover.
thought it was important to go and meet him, say
Can I run
hello,
diesels cheap?
and then maybe get him mic'd up, and we can have a live chat to him while we're there.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Then the idea is to maybe go and try and get some rest and some sleep that night. And then the following morning, we're spending the day at Bickles. We're going to Bickles to spend the whole day there.
And who's Bickles?
So Bickle, obviously, the guys that have built my
I was
chassis.
at that point.
Yep.
So,
So,
they're-
so some of the best pro mods in the world or in Australia are from
Jerry Bickles, yeah.
are a Jerry Bickle car.
Yeah, they do really
Been
nice
around for a
work.
long time.
Yeah, he does really good work. So the idea is to spend the day there on the Friday, then we fly out that night to Atlanta, get some shut eye, get up in the morning, drive to South Georgia, and we're watching Lights Out. We've got some VIP tickets there, so we'll get plenty of start line action.
Yeah.
So try and get Donald live as well, mate. I don't know if
Donald?
you guys,
That'll be
Donald
awesome.
Long.
Wow, that would be awesome.
I
Yeah,
gotta get
you
him
know-
live.
you know
Yeah,
what,
that's
like-
my.
Hey, you know what? I didn't know the rules
He's
of
like,
entering
he runs a lot of
that event.
events. Up
And
there.
when I
But
found
yeah,
out, it's like
Margaret.
it's really exclusive, right? So
Not like that. The World Series.
the World Series, yeah,
Yeah, the World
Sorry,
Series
the World
is
Series.
just one
invitation
This is
only.
like-
Yeah. So what's the process of entering that or getting invited, isn't it?
Yeah, so you got to get invited, and I think to be invited, you've got to be like the
Donald
top
Bluff,
50 in the country.
Yeah.
And
picks
the
you
way that
right.
it works is they
If
get
he
the
doesn't like
top
it, it's,
50,
fuck off.
they get them to race, the top 32 make the field, and then they start qualifications
And it's
and then run through
elimination
the
from there
elimination
on,
from
yeah.
30 to
And
1.
there's a prize money.
100 grand US first prize.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
That's what we wanna do,
Not only
bro.
do you have to be invited,
No,
You
so
gotta be
Mayhem,
invited
to win every
Mayhem
race
next
after
year,
that.
100 grand first prize. Azar has already thrown in an extra 50. Maybe we can get Ashraf and Mac another 50.
Look, I'm
It's only
happy.
150.
as
wasn't it?
that's all new,
Look,
mate.
I'm happy to sponsor 50 grand towards the event next year if someone sponsors my car.
It's always
Well,
always
Anthony
something for
Matuk
something.
said you've got no choice, you're going RB.
There you go.
So that means he's sponsoring your car
Anthony,
with an
if you
RB.
sponsor the whole car, we're going RB. That's it.
Now, in saying that, we're talking about the cars that you guys are bringing out, but there's also, you know, what's happening now, even the last couple of weeks with Rob Margin, you know, Renner PB.
Yeah.
He's pushing that hard with his.
Man,
CRV
he is
build,
knocking
R35.
on the door of Anthony and Nada big
That's
time.
right. And then you
Like,
got
what are
Don.
they, 582? He went
Don.
584.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Don just
Correct.
came back out with, you know, obviously he's got some
A new
upgrades.
setup.
Yeah.
What did he go at the last? Was it 6.0 or 5.9
I
or?
think
6.0, I got 180
yeah,
miles.
they've got a new setup in it,
So
but
they're off it early.
Yeah, you're just
but
testing
it's-
the quick drive.
the quick drive, yeah, that's
Wow.
right.
But to be honest with you, that's quite impressive what they've done. Not being
Yeah,
biased
yeah,
out,
yeah,
but
yeah. No, of course. You got a new
Well,
setup.
honestly,
Honestly,
Respect to both teams.
yeah,
It's
respect
impressive
to
on
both,
fronts.
100%.
100%.
You know,
Of
but
course.
you know, to put a new setup like that in there with the quick drive and to be able to go out
I
and
personally
60
believe Anthony should have woken up and
get down the track.
continue going, but he first stayed free.
I remember
Hold on, man.
talking to Anth the day before and even the
Who's
morning
fishing?
of, and you know, going through his mind, he just wanted the thing to potentially just shift through the gears. So
Correct.
going to the track, not even knowing that it's going to shift through the gears, let go of that button, and obviously it working was a big
Yeah,
thing
look,
for him.
100%.
People like Rob and people like, you know, Nader and people like myself and people like George and all the people that are involved in
You're
this
pushing each other.
in this scene. We're pushing each other literally
Yeah,
to,
of course.
to push the bar.
But
you
the
know,
great thing is,
locally, internationally, everything.
And not even just in drag racing, like even in roll racing.
yeah.
yeah,
There's that
that's
many
another,
new
that's a whole
cars
other,
coming out, like-
that's a whole
I
nother
know,
league
like-
there itself.
The roll racing scene is just absolutely blown
gone
up,
nuts.
and it's not even
And
like
it's the-
what it used to be
Yeah.
12 months ago. It's
No,
you're
no,
talking
no.
about serious horsepower cars.
That's right.
So
that
do you
would
think-
go to the
Everyone's
track and
coming out
run
with
a
serious
low 8
horsepower.
second, 7
Like,
second
I know
pass on
five
any
cars
given
getting
day,
built.
and
It's
they're
coming
just battling it out. It's crazy.
Absolutely,
man.
yeah,
You
you're
know,
not wrong.
it's-
You're
it's
not wrong.
absolute-
That's a whole other scene and a whole
Yeah.
other conversation.
And like
in
you look
itself.
at the B2R guys, they've gone from like
Yes.
you know,
yeah, big respect to
being
them.
you know competitors to actually being up there. They're,
Yeah,
they're
of
doing
course.
really well. They've got a fleet of R34s coming out of.
That's
the,
right. That's
of-
right.
Is
You've
that why you
got-
built yours?
No.
Is that why you built yours?
Romanos has been quiet lately. We haven't heard nothing.
Romanos, where are you around there?
Where are you out here, Jim?
Don't worry, we've got a white 33 coming out, Amir Kalouf's one.
Amiz, yeah, we saw that the other day.
He-
R33.
he's
I saw his
coming
story.
out. Yeah, Series 3,
R33.
R33.
Yeah. And he's a good driver, bro. He knows how to. He knows how
Good
to,
setup.
Yeah.
You're
He knows how to
34.
throw them gears.
Yeah.
Apparently, Anthony's finishing my car for the next roll racing.
Yeah. Have you guys seen
Which one?
My 32,
Who's that?
my purple
Ashes?
car.
Oh, called
32?
Hana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Called Hannah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we revealed
Cool
that.
colour,
We
We revealed that at the
Mayhem.
last Mayhem.
Yeah, so.
But he's still polishing it and buffing it.
No, I PPF wrapped
Yeah,
it.
hail.
I PPF. I'm waiting for Anthony.
Anth, come on,
But
mate.
he apparently.
You're dragging the chain for this poor bloke, mate. Like,
According.
Believe me, Anthony can't wait to get him out of his head.
oh, yeah,
I go to. He wakes up in the middle of the night going, Ashraf.
I get sworn at every morning. But at the same time, I've got to forgive him. He's busy building
I think
other
1,000
things for
other
me
cars.
as well.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I've got
Other
the
what?
180SX,
What's he building? Other houses.
other
Oh,
cars
who is it?
for me, so I'm kind of doing his head in all avenues.
Yeah. Well.
But he
Right.
deserves it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think so. This year is going to be quite interesting for a lot of us, you know, and I think it's going to be interesting for the sport. I think we've already touched on the import cars that are coming out, and you, George, Rob. It's going to be an awesome fight. Nader in the Don. It's going to be an awesome fight, and I think, you know, touching back on that whole supporting promoters, I think seeing those cars in the factory extreme class at Jamboree is going to be massive.
Yeah, it's coming. That class is actually coming back.
Yeah,
It sort of looked like it lacked
felt
off.
like it lacked off, but now, man,
Now
everyone's
a lot of
coming
cars
back.
are coming back in.
And
yeah.
I speak to George, I speak to Nader, I speak to Rob, I talk to all the guys, and you know, I get some information that a lot of the viewers obviously aren't privy to. But yeah, these things they're doing now are wild. Like you see some of the stories on Moitz's page and some of the fabric that those guys do on George's new car.
Crazy.
Man, it's mind-boggling, eh? It's mind-boggling. And you know, I've even had the privilege of sometimes when I needed to pick stuff up from Craig Byrne's shop, going to him and seeing some of the projects he's got in there and some of the GDRs in there, again belonging to some people that I've already mentioned. You know, it's crazy, man.
So,
like their work, these fabricators, unbelievable.
Yeah,
you know, to see where the cars are at today versus where they were 10 years ago is
definitely. We went for a drive a couple of weeks ago up to Wollongong to visit ProFab's shop. I've got the veil there.
Uncle Joe, love him,
Yeah,
mate. He did my Oaks 3 for me.
I got Mac Daddy there. Obviously, and he's doing all the rear end for us and stuff like that. And just to see the workmanship that comes out of these places, and like it's mind blowing. You know, like he took us and showed us around and showed us some of these cars, and you just look at him and you're like, mate, how? You know, and like you said, when you go for a drive up to Moitz, even. You look at what Skip does with that welder; it's absolutely nuts.
And even all the shops that you haven't visited and all that.
Yeah, definitely. And that's just the few that we've seen.
That's right. That's right. It's just the ones that we've there. There's plenty out there that are doing amazing.
So everyone is pushing the bar, and everyone is absolutely taking it to another level that we haven't seen, I think, for a very long time.
Yeah,
you know?
I think this year, Factory Extreme, Pro Mod,
Pro Street,
and Pro Street.
Pro Street's blowing up.
I've like the
even Clutch
three.
Kings, everyone's building an Evo.
Yeah. Clutch Kings. We've got to update the list.
Have you
Talking
seen
about
the
Clutch
Evo wars
Kings.
that are going on?
The Evo, even the Civic, the B2R Civic that just came out.
He just beat all the Evos.
I know.
The Evos are on notice.
It's like,
The Evos are on notice.
I had an Evo back in the day. Let's step it up a bit.
So that's a
Can't
few
let
of
a
the
Civic
guys
put it
that
on you.
touched on your wedding and wanting to discuss your wedding. I think we'll leave that for the second
Who
or
wants to discuss
third
my wedding?
podcast. No, Ashraf's wedding.
We'll move that later.
What
in the podcast.
wedding?
That's the second or third podcast.
Let's talk about Super Club. Why we created Super Club, what it means, what it is, what the future is, like where we want to go with it, and why are we putting a VL in the mix of our merch. So what's the reason for it? I can touch on a couple of those subjects and who's involved. Obviously, me, Andrew, Ashraf, and one of our other friends, Faf, got together and thought, we should do some promotional work with the VL and with the merch that we've got. But Andrew, can you talk to us about what Super Club is?
So Super Club's been a brainchild, of ours for quite a while, and it took a little bit to sort of get the courage and I guess get the idea and the know-how on how to.
In saying that, it does take a bit of courage to just get out there and
pull the
do
trigger
something
on it.
like that.
So for us, it was more about creating this merch that we thought fit in with Street 20 and fit in with what we're trying to do. So we went and we started, getting ideas on how we should create these shirts, create these hats, lanyards, and there's a whole bunch of other merch that we're planning on releasing in the not too distant future. But in the interim, I think that in order to try and support what we're trying to do, in order to promote what we're going to do, we thought, well, why not offer up this awesome VL that we had?
Of course.
To people that go online and buy our merch.
Yes, and like you said, it goes hand in hand. It helps us out, obviously, with doing what we want to do with Street 20 and where we want to push it towards. One lucky viewer out there that's purchased a t-shirt or a lanyard or 10 t-shirts or 100 if you want to buy 200. We're not going to say no. But anyway, it'll put that person into a chance of winning that VL. And that VL is actually a very nice VL.
It's an Aussie icon, really, to start off with.
It is.
Left on the agenda, guys.
So we were talking about Super Club and why we created it. I think for the most part, the whole idea was to create a brand, create merch, and to help us promote that merch. We're offering a trade promotion in that we're giving away that awesome Aussie icon, that VL.
That's right. And it's a very nice car. So
can we say it's a very well built car?
Yes.
Very well built, very clean. And I don't say that a lot about old cars, but it is a really clean car.
Yeah,
it's engineered, isn't it?
It's
fully engineered. Yeah. It just got fully serviced, checked over.
Now on the video,
tuned by Matul.
On the video, you mentioned it makes 500. That's on low boost. What does it make?
580 horsepower.
580 on low boost.
22 pounds of boost
Through a jack code.
That's saved the gearbox tune.
Yeah, that's
just
but on big noise, what does it make on the big noise? Like on high boost?
We haven't tuned it on anything.
Oh, so okay. So
I'm doing this
just
beautiful.
start stripping. So this could be a
So here we've got a bit of a
So what happens when you jump on the website?
Alright,
So jump on the website, street20.com.au. You jump online,
And
you
then
can buy a t-shirt,
Yep.
you can
Sunnies.
buy a
Give me the
lanyard,
Sunnies.
you can buy a lanyard,
Give me the Sunnies.
you can buy a hat,
Give me that.
or you can buy some sunnies. And these sunnies are pretty cool, man. They're like in a super club by Street 20
Give me the Sunnies, I'll put them on.
pouch.
In case you want to sell them, you don't want to think, take it out. Give them
They
back.
come wrapped in plastic.
Yeah, I'll buy a package. Or you can buy a package and get all of them. And you obviously.
What? You couldn't pick someone better to wear it?
And it even comes with like a microfiber cloth
Look how good they're actually packaged.
to wipe
I'm surprised.
your glasses. So yeah, guys, get behind us, support us. Obviously, what we're trying to do is try and
You
improve,
look like Sunset Brothers.
trying to help the racing community and trying to build a bit of a brand and a bit of awareness. I think just for racing in general, and that was the idea of this podcast. And the name That's Racing originally was Mac's idea. So he's jumped on board. He's supporting us. We're all in this together.
Why don't you ask Mac how you got the name That's Racing?
Well,
That's just racing.
That's just racing, mate.
When you have a question you can't answer,
everyone that
that's
needs
racing.
to know that knows.
That's it. Everyone that knows. If you know, you know.
Leave it at that.
That's it. If you know, you know. When you hear that term,
Well,
that's
that's
racing.
Stubbs, if you're watching, you know.
So yeah, we're quite excited.
So what's the aim of the podcast? Like the future of the podcast?
We want to interview
Good question. We've got
people in the scene, shops in the scene.
talk about
So
who.
everyone can say what goes on behind the scenes, what everyone goes through, what everyone's future plans are.
Yeah. Also, where we're at
Everything.
with Mayhem. Where we're at with just the scene in general, like whether it's streetcars,
And I think a big thing is as well is that there's been podcasts in the past where people interview a lot of workshops and races.
Correct.
Yes.
But you got to remember the scene also involves a lot of parts guys.
Of course.
It involves all
It's not
different
always
kinds
about
of
the big
things.
guy as well, you know.
100%.
It's not always about the
engine builder.
It's everyone that's behind it as well. There's the small guys that feed the big guys, what they need, what parts they need.
All we need to do is we want to have, in other words, we want Rob Marjon on it, we want George Dazewski on it, we want Frank Tarabay on it, we want PRP on it, we want Haltech on it, we want everyone in the scene that's sort of supporting what we're trying to build to be on the podcast. Tell us.
Do you want more talk on it?
Of course we want Matuk. Matuk wants to be paid.
So
He's getting paid enough.
So I've got another little announcement that I found out today as well. So the guys. Sorry?
You're pregnant?
Did you know?
He's talking.
So the guys from PMS, I was talking to them on the phone today, and they're actually coming out for GDR Festival.
Oh wow.
To Australia.
GDR Festival in Australia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So in June?
Yes.
So they'll be out here in June. They're going to come out here and hang out with us.
Yep.
For a
get
week
him
or
on.
so. 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
And it'll be
We
good
plan to do this
to
every fortnight, every 2 to 3
correct.
weeks.
I'm gonna put my hand up.
And this is the kind of people that we want to try and get on the podcast.
Why is your head up?
Is people not just locally but
Hands
internationally.
No, of course, the international
Hands
scene
up.
as well.
What's
I'm
that?
going to put my hand up.
For what?
I'm going to tell you that the target's on my back. I'm going to America. I'm taking the camera. I'm taking the mic. I'm going to talk to everyone there, mate.
Yeah,
There you
of course you are. That's why we said that
discussed
we're gonna do this already.
30 minutes ago.
As soon as you mentioned you go to America,
Well, I feel like
so what's target on your back?
Andrew's
To be a social butterfly? We've already
Yeah.
created you to be a
well, the
social
social
butterfly.
butterfly target. No.
So Andrew's going to be a social butterfly for the next 10 days.
Can you
Correct?
take that tag off the funny and sunnies?
So yeah, for me, I think that's where I want to try and kick it off. I want to try and help what we're trying to do here, and hopefully that gives us a bigger push.
Yes.
In terms of
Not
getting
just,
that engagement and getting the followers and viewers.
and not just for us, like with the people that we're bringing on, whether they're workshops or parts suppliers or whatever they might be. We're also
Sydney based. Like, we're
100%.
around Australia,
and that's
people
also
building.
helping them, which in turn helps the whole scene.
So ideally, like this could potentially create a foot in the door for people in Australia and bridge that gap between us and America, or the people that they think
Can I give you an example?
they can't get to.
Can I give you a short example?
Yeah, of course.
Herman from PRP.
Yeah.
I was chatting with him and found out that he was going over to the Puerto Rico Expo.
Yeah.
And told him, look, why don't you go meet the PMS boys, and I'll introduce you guys to each other. You sell the kind of parts that they use for a lot of their cars, and it'll be a good connection for you. He ended up, doing the unveil with them at the expo. They ended up meeting up after, going to the workshop at 10:30 at night. Said he stayed there for hours with them. send me a whole bunch of photos. Send me a photo of mine and Ash's car getting built before I had even seen it. And he's created that relationship with them now that, you know, will obviously flourish.
And it was based off that connection.
And it's just based off a connection like that. And that's what it takes.
Yeah,
and so that's what we're trying to achieve here is,
that's right.
is to bring the community closer.
That's racing, basically that's racing is talking all things
racing,
drag racing, street car racing,
drag car racing,
drag car racing,
pro
mods, radials, whatever you call it, whatever.
So in other words, we want people to get behind us, support us.
Of course.
And not just that, get on here.
In order,
if you want to jump on, make sure you give us a DM.
Yeah, but in order for this to get somewhere, in order for this to grow, in order for us to be able to gain traction, we need to be able to show these guys, well, look, this is the importance of why you should come on with us and why you should talk to us, because 100%. We've got a following and we've got people that are interested in the scene and we've got people that want to buy your things. So I think that all comes back to that whole thing I spoke about, supporting the guys that are trying to support you. You know, so get on there.
It's all for one cause. We're all in the same.
So what's the plans with the future podcasts? How often do you reckon?
Well, I reckon we'll start with maybe every fortnight. You know, and just take it from there. So right now, actually, it's Wednesday night, and they're racing at the moment at Sydney Dragway, and
maybe we could do it in Sydney Dragway.
We can, but B2R just ran.
A 170.
They got another
Civic.
That's right. They got another Civic.
Margaret, Darian,
Australia's fastest Civic.
We need to do a podcast on a Wednesday night.
That front
165.
Yeah, we're going live at Sydney Dragway. Guys, to make it happen.
So that just made it Australia's fastest Civic.
On a Wednesday night.
Well done.
Bring back those Wednesday nights.
Well done.
Bro, do you remember how mad those Wednesday nights used to be?
Yeah,
but bring them back. We're going to do live podcasts.
Well, you can't do those Wednesday nights again when you're running a pro mod with 5,000 horsepower.
No, I'm not saying
sorry,
cars.
Oh look, we do have straight cars getting built still. Unlike you.
I know. Just shut your mouth,
bro. Can you imagine those Wednesday nights where you have the road race?
That was my first ever time race.
So do we have a target of the next of our next guest?
A target? I reckon we should just go to Wednesday. Why don't we just do it?
No.
Who's the next guest?
We're gonna suss it out during the week who we want or who's keen. But we've got a few people who actually want to jump on straight away.
I've got an idea, right?
What's your idea?
This is my idea. Hear me out. You don't have to say yes.
Any good ideas.
I do have a great idea. You're gonna love this.
Yeah.
So today there was a big promotion on Jamboree about the Don versus Zeus. What about we have Anthony and Nada and Rob and one of the CRD boys here?
Discussing.
Yeah, you know what?
How's that for an idea?
That's a good idea.
Awesome.
So Rob Marjan, Con, Anthony Matuk, and Nada. You're here next, live on this podcast, and we're going to talk about this battle between the Don GDR
they have
and the
been
Zeus
battling
GDR.
out for years.
Forget those battles, mate. We're worried about this battle now.
That battle hasn't stopped.
Anyway, it's got to happen. If you say no, we're going to tell everyone you said no. So you're coming on.
CRD jumped on today and said challenge accepted. So
well, mate, challenge accepted. You better get your ass here.
We know even if Anthony's in a slower car, he's going to win. He's going to make sure.
Yeah.
Anthony said no chance. Anthony said no chance. Transfer 50. You're good with the 50s, brother. Send him 50 now.
All this guy wants is 50s.
Everything's 50.
Well, can't he just do a 20?
Bare minimum's 50.
Can't he do a 20?
Do 5.
He rang me yesterday. He said, oh, do you want to upgrade your computer and your 188
Transfer 50.
He started with a 5 as well.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's our first, hopefully one of many. We really enjoyed it. We love talking to you guys and talking amongst ourselves about it. And I think that, the future's looking good. We're going to really push to get these guys on here for next episode.
Jump on
Stay tuned.
Get your stuff sorted.
Stay tuned. Follow us.
Jump on.
Super Club. Street20.com.au/Superclub. Get your merch. Win this VL. And then you can go and race that at the track on Wednesday night on a live podcast. How's that?
Sound good?
All right, guys. Well, thank you. Anything else? We're wrapping it up.
Good to have you here, Mac.
No, thank you.
Should we do like a quick Q&A or no? We're just going to wrap it up.
Q&A? I don't know.
Q&A, maybe. Is there any quick questions that we need to answer? Like Anthony,
do you have any questions you want
drop
to
some
ask?
questions. Get them to drop some questions quickly.
We'll hang around for 5 minutes.
Well, considering we lost half our viewers because my mate couldn't charge his laptop.
Well, 101 is still good, I think.
I don't know, everyone keeps asking about this marriage. Can we just tell everyone that I am not married? That gay video is not legit. It is not me. Thank you. Stop asking about that.
Where's Ashraf's husband?
See what I mean? Who asked about that? The dog?
No, Anthony.
What was the question? What was the
Anyway,
question?
can someone tag Rob Marjan? I want to ask him.
He doesn't have social media.
Well, then tag
What
Tom.
do you
What do you call Rob
No,
Marjan?
I'm going to call Rob.
Tell him we're on
now
live.
and see if you can get him on the phone.
I'm going to keep ringing until he answers.
All right, you call Rob, I'll call Anthony. How's that?
Yep, done.
You don't need to go Anthony, he'll be here.
Rob
Yeah,
will be.
I know he'll be here, but I think that we should just call him for the sake of showing that guy a bit of respect.
Andrew, you got a question. When are you
One
expecting
second,
your
mate, I'm
car
ringing Rob. Yes.
here by?
That depends.
Depends on what.
Hey Anthony, how are ya?
On whether it's getting
Guys,
built.
Anthony Matuk live. Anthony Matuk, just in case anyone's saying, yeah, world's fastest
Answer the
RV.
question.
I'd
Habib,
probably say mid-year.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
You and Rob Marjan
June.
interview
I
right
reckon
now. Talk
mid-year,
about the battle.
Wait, let me see who asked that question first.
All right. Well, depending on your interview,
Sorry, man, we
will
copped a
determine
couple
on
of
the
other questions.
transfer.
So, here, John. So
Rob?
mid-year, he's expecting it
we
by
got
mid-year.
Rob on the phone.
I've got you on
We've got
speaker,
Rob
mate.
Marjan. We've got
We're
Anthony Matuk.
on a live with about 200 viewers on Facebook.
Got Rob and Anthony on the phone.
We're
at
doing
the
a
moment.
podcast at the moment, and we're doing a podcast every fortnight. There was an interesting post today about the challenge between Zeus and Don.
Correct.
And to help promote that and to help create that hype around that, we want you and one of the CRD boys here to hear. You're on the spot, you're on live, it's a yes or a no.
You're both
We've
on
already
live.
established it's a
We should
yes.
change the podcast.
So
Transfer 50.
Anthony said you're fucking dead. Bring it on, F.
Oh, challenge accepted.
Well, there you have it, guys. We'll drop the
What is that?
news about the dates in the next day. Rob,
What did he say?
thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Hey, wait, Amph, he wants to have a word to Amph. Amph, here, let me put it near the mic so the viewers can hear. Go on.
And make sure you're ready, buddy. See you at the start.
Rob, I think the score's 10-0, in case you forgot.
No. Doesn't matter. I don't care. 100-0, 10-0, whatever you want to call it.
Just bring it now, you reckon?
You're not gonna
Fuck you up.
He loves you, Rob.
All right, buddy.
All right, guys, thank you very much.
See you, boys.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks.